breaking down my shadowboxing style, part one, the foundation, footwork, and feints. Now, during my first fight, which was about 15 years ago, my first opponent, he was tough. So my first fight was no walk in the park. Dude was tough and he gave me a run for my money. It was a battle. All the rounds we were battling it out, and I realized that I am not a brawler. It's a different type of beast from the streets to, a sanctioned match where you have like 3 to 4 months to prepare. You're in front of hundreds of people. People pay tickets to come and see you. It's a different thing. So my nerves, his family and my family is there, your loved ones. You get in the ring, you got entrance music, so when I got in there, dude was tough and he really put it on me, and I realized I do not like brawling. So when I went back into training camp for my next fight, I came up with my shadowboxing style. You guys see how I move and groove. The reason why I do that is because I like to display skill and precision. I don't like my fights to be hard, and that's the truth. Who likes a fight to be hard? I mean, some guys do like to grind it out. Some guys are brawlers. That's totally up to you. For me, that's not my style. I like to be more precise. I like to pick my shots. So, the breakdown of my shadowboxing style will start first with footwork and feints. Now, for the footwork, it's extremely basic. Doesn't matter if you're right-handed, left-handed, just get in your basic fighting stance, okay? I tend to keep one hand by my ear, my backhand, the other hand kind of floats around, okay? Right in this area, I can kind of block a takedown, block a kick, okay? But the basic, okay, for my style, my shadowboxing style, the way I move and groove, you gotta get the bounce down first. Shifting your weight from your front foot to your back foot. Bounce, 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 bounce. Sometimes I'll keep my hand here. Sometimes I'll keep both hands up. Keep it real tight. Sometimes I'll keep it forward. But bounce, 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 bounce. You gotta be able to bounce. Then you can bounce just like this from your toes. Boom, 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 boom. But the basics is right here. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of guys calling this getting your head off of the center line, because as you can see, my head is right in the center. I dip one way, dip the other way. Boom, 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 boom. You gotta get this bounce. Now, for me, this bounce is extremely important. Why? Because this bounce allows me to absorb a hit. If a punch comes in, I use the bounce to take the hit in. From there, boom, boom, I can shoot a punch straight out. Same thing. Boom, bang. Everything from the bounce. Same thing. I can load up on my legs, throw a punch, and go back for a block. Bounce, bounce, bounce. This allows me to move when I want. Same thing. I can bounce, bounce, bounce. If he comes in, I can bounce back. If he moves back, I can bounce forward. I can bounce to the right. I can bounce to the left. Boom, 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 boom. This bounce for me is everything, the foundation. Now, same thing with this bounce. I can bounce on my legs, throw a kick, bounce, bounce, throw another kick. I can jump forward, step back, ping, ping. Okay, this bounce, like I said, is extremely important. I used to stand in front of a mirror at the gym I was with, and I would just bounce, 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 stare myself in the eyes, pretend that I'm like just watching myself. Okay, move, move, move. Oh, slip, 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 slip. Oh, back, forward, forward. Oh, takedown. Oh, watch the shoots. Bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. From here, okay, I can switch my feet. Boom, bounce, bounce, up, bring my hands up, bounce, 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 bring my foot back, bounce, 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 pivot, bounce, 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 pivot again, bounce, bounce, bounce. So if you're trying to shadow box like me, you gotta get that bounce down, all right? Just stand in front of the mirror. You gotta watch yourself do this. For me, this is the whole mindset. This is the why I can move the way that I do. Because when I used to watch myself, I used to just tell myself like, bro, you ain't gonna get me. Oh, slip that, slip that, slip that. Bang! I'm precise with it. Smooth, smooth, smooth. This is why I can move the way that I do it. This is why you guys kind of like how I shadowbox, because of this bounce. Now, to add to it, okay, you practice, you stare at yourself. You get that mindset, sharpness, smoothness, moving and grooving, okay? I would then add different angles. So I could bounce, bounce, oh, oh, bounce, bang, bang, oh, 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 back, back, back. Everything is kind of now going at the hips, but still on the legs. I can come straight down, forward and back, straight down, angle, 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 oh, angle, 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 oh, back, angle, forward, bang, pivot. Now, with the bounce, you add the movement. You start hopping around. Boop, boop, bounce, bounce, move, 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 move forward, move back, bounce, 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 move, move. Now, like I said, my style is more about being sharp. If I'm running to the opponent and he thinks, this guy doesn't keep still, he doesn't want me to hit me, he's scared. Good. That's the name of the game. I'm not trying to get you to hit me. So I'll move, bounce, 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 move, move, bounce, 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 pivot, boom, boom, wait, wait, palm out, bounce back, bing. Now let's get into the feints. Once you got the bounce with the movement going around, I like to use feints. This was really my specialty. The reason why I could use feints to set guys up, make them hit when they don't want to, make them try to take me down when they don't want to, and make them exert energy when they didn't want to, thus making them much more tired, along with me just moving and grooving, bouncing around them, picking them off, poop, poop. Then when I wanted to, I could kind of just set them up, feint, bing. Okay, so from the bounce, same thing, moving, moving, back foot, front foot. You can have your hands up, bounce, bounce, then bouncing on your feet, bouncing on your feet. When I do the feint, so it doesn't have to be like a crazy, it could just be like a short bounce, could be a step back. Anything to bait him in for me is a feint. So when I'm shadowboxing, that's what I'm doing. When I'm moving and grooving, I'm using feints. I'm using that bounce. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now, my secret to the feints, to the bouncing, to the footwork is about the tempo and the speed. One of my friends who was training me back when I was coming up in mixed martial arts, Royal, my brother, I love you, bro. He used to teach me how to put someone to sleep. He would do it with his jab. He would paw. He calls it paw. He would kind of paw it out slowly, paw, paw, kind of putting me to sleep. He would just do that, like just relax, 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 and then pang, 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 like light me up. I'd be like, holy moly. So because I knew I was good on my legs and I had fast hands, what I developed was pawing with my movements. I could just move, paw, paw, slowly, slow it down, then move. Oh, oh, just little jitters like this, it accounts for a lot. When you make a guy flinch, especially in a situation like that where you're in a crowd, the nerves, everything, the anxiety, the pressure, when you flinch up like this, you're not just little flinching, you are like giving your all, because you don't know if this guy is really trying to knock you out or he's just playing with you. So for me, I would like to just slowly feign it out, move, oh, move slowly, paw, paw, boom, boom, pivot, wait, sometimes check the kick, come in for a takedown, boom. Like, this is the bread and butter, the tempo and the feints, really just controlling it. Like I said, I am not a brawler. I do not like banging it out. I like to be smooth with it. Yes, a lot of guys would be like, this guy, he's running away. I would hear the corner, chase him down, he's scared. And I would just be waiting, 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 boom, boom. Not knowing that the more he keeps chasing me, the more I'm setting him up. So that's why when you see me shadowboxing, I'm moving, bouncing, moving, moving. Kind of just like got my head up in the air, like I'm confident with it. Some guys might be like, oh, your hands are down, this and that. To each his own, okay? I'm trying to let you know that this is my shadow walking style. This is the way I came up. This is what helped me. You can do whatever you want, all right? This is not the law. This is not the right way, the only way. This is just my way, okay? So that's why when I'm shadow boxing, I can just move and groove. Whoa, whoa. Control the tempo with the bounce, switch up my footing, same thing. That I can move in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow it down, Okay, now to run it all back. Before I teach you anything else with my combos, my jabs, all this fancy stuff, I gotta show you the three things I just showed you: the bounce, bouncing on your toes, and the little feints and changing up your speed. No punches, no kicks, no nothing yet. This is my bread and butter. This is what creates my unique moving and grooving free flow shadow kickboxing style. Again, the mindset behind it is to just be precise. Use my angles, use the bounce to set my opponent up, and that way it'll be much easy work for me. Because when I used to go in there, I used to just like to make it look like easy work, like it was nothing hard. If after a fight I was physically exhausted, I knew I didn't use my technique. I didn't showcase too much of my IQ, my skills, my angles, my brain. I was kind of just forcing it. Some guys, of course, they're tough, but at the same time, I know I trained hard and I know I got the skill. So the bounce. Make sure you stand in front of a mirror. Hours, dude. I would do it for hours. I mean, every day, like 6 days a week. Back when I was fighting, like where you're training a lot. So in front of the mirror, you gotta lock yourself in. Look at your eyes. Get those hands up. Get it in your head. Smooth, moving and grooving. You ain't gonna get me. Oh, slowing it down. See that? You can't see me. Bap. Oh, bap. Switch it up. Oh, okay. But practice that bounce. After that, the moving. That's why I be jumping ropes so much. Guys think, oh, he's running. I am not. I'm just trying to set you up, get you to where you're moving when you don't want to move. Because I jump rope all day long, I can bounce all day long. Doesn't matter to me. Then, finally, the feints and the temples, making sure I can slow him down. Whoop, whoop. Same thing. You see me when I'm doing my free flow shadow boxing. I'll kind of groove. Oh, move, move, move. All right. Practice these. You got to spend time just moving, not even throwing punches. You got to be in that mindset. Be in an open area and just get that mindset. Nobody ain't going to get me. I'm going to use my footwork, my smartness, my sharpness, whoop, whoop, and just practice, 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 practice. And that is part one of breaking down my whoa, shadowboxing style, the foundation, footwork and feints. Just always remember, train hard and be kind.